Hello everyone, this is Richie Guerrero, just outside of New York City in the USA. Today we're going to talk about using a GoPro on the front of your Waveski or surf kayak to film some of your surfing. So if you look on your screen right now, to your left, you can see the angle is sitting pretty low. And the Waveski and the surf kayak take up so much area at the bottom of the GoPro screen. And if you look to your right, you can see my videos, my screen captures, show a lot less of my Waveski and my surf kayak. I want to see less of my surf craft and me away from the camera, and I want to see more of the wave to my left, to the right, above me. I want to see how I'm surfing. So there's two ways that we're going to do that. Whether you're in a surf kayak or a Waveski, one, you've got to put your mount all the way to the nose. Don't worry about being able to touch it, meaning start it and stop it from recording once you start your surf session. Put it all the way far forward as you can. It is going to come with mounts, and you are going to want to figure out a way to tether your camera so if it does get knocked off, it's not going to the bottom of the sea. If you're in a surf kayak, you're already going to have an area for those security loops for you to tie it to. If you're on a Waveski, you can always buy the little surf mount that you can get from GoPro, which gives you the camera mount, and then it gives you a little piece that you can tie a tether to, or you can run a string from your camera to maybe your foot straps. So there's two parts to this, you could say. One is we need to get the camera off and up in the air, and that's where this comes in handy. I order these off of Amazon. This comes in a pack of 3. This is an aluminum extension arm, and this is the middle size. I've tried the longer one, and it's just too much weight and top heavy, and the smaller one doesn't really get you up high enough. So the image of this guy, you can tell his camera is on the deck. You can tell by the vantage point. And if you're on a Waveski, if it's so low to the ground, you're going to see nothing but toes because this is a fisheye lens. I use the super view setting. If you have it a little further and you have a longer kayak, you might be able to get away with the wide setting. So there's a few things I'm going to do, which is trial and error. I already know from trial and error that I'm going to tighten the camera to the arm, and I'm going to make this tight. I'm going to make this as tight as I can with one of these tools, right? I'm going to tighten it down. I've already kind of guesstimated from doing this that once I mount it, when I'm sitting in my surf kayak or my Waveski, I already know that when I'm sitting down, my eye line, when I'm sitting and I'm paddling, when I just can see the top of it, when I can just see the top of it, I know I'm in the frame. I can also see myself in the viewfinder, and I've already done this so many times that when I review videos or I go to the front and I look, I can judge that I'm actually in the frame. So why am I going to tighten this down as tight as I can? Well, where the extension arm meets the base, if you tighten this down, right, to this mount as tight as you can, what we found is that once a wave hits it from the side or the front, eventually, this is plastic, it's going to eventually snap off. So that's why I was saying you definitely need to tether it from the camera like I have here. This is my little tether. I'm going to put a string to it and I'm going to tie it just like this. So if it does fall off, I'm going to see it hanging, I'm going to paddle into shore, and I'm not going to lose this camera. So what I found is I will tighten this by hand. And Once I mount it, and I get all the angles the way I want, and I tighten this down, tighten this one down with a tool, a screwdriver, or a wrench. I don't want this too loose where it will fall forward, which is going to be a problem. So what I found is if I tighten it down by hand as much as I can and see how much play is there, when I'm paddling out or I get wiped out, the white water will always push it down forward, just like that. There's less of a chance of this breaking off. Also, when you mount this, make sure that you push this little rubber piece in, because that will lock it into place and it will not slip out. Because in order for me to unmount this, I need to pull this rubber piece up, and then I need to pinch these two together in order for me to unmount it. Like so. So then what do? If a wave has knocked it down and I'm in a surf kayak sitting all the way back there skirted in, or I'm on my Waveski and I don't feel like crawling all the way to the front, that's where we can use our paddle. So the reason I was saying tighten it by hand is that when I'm sitting on my Waveski, I can basically go up underneath it like this and push it forward. And then when I was saying, I know when I'm sitting, if I can see just at the top of this, and I can't see, the top of the camera, I can just barely see the top here, I know I'm in frame. And if you have good eyesight, you'll be able to see yourself in the viewfinder as well. And when you mount the camera and tighten it all the way up to your extension arm, plan to keep this as high up, meaning as straight as possible, so you get that vantage point. Because if you keep it at an angle and it's going to be a little too low, just because you want to get it far forward, you're kind of defeating the purpose. And I'm going to get too much of my toes, or I'm going to get the front of the kayak. So I really want to make sure that it's angled up high in the air as much as possible. That way I get everything away from the lens, and when it spreads out that fisheye or that super view, it's going to grab the wave all the way on the other side of the wave to what's going on behind it, and even up over into the tube and such. So to get a very nice perspective. Another tip I can give you to make your life a little easier is buying one of these remotes from GoPro. We can pair this remote to my GoPro, and I can hit start and stop recording while sitting back in my surf kayak or my Waveski. So it just started recording. I'll ride, surf a little bit. When I'm done, I don't want to record the paddle out. I'll click stop. The only thing is, don't forget to hit record and miss that wave, which I've done a few times. So a couple of other tips with mounting your GoPro. I have found that if I'm going to tether it, I will always tie it here around the camera where it meets the extension arm. And I use these strings from leashes for surfboards because they can take such a beating in the salt water, and they're pretty strong. You can use other types of nylon string. So this is pretty much my setup when you see those videos. And when it's warmer weather, I'm wearing this remote start and stop on my wrist. If I'm in my surf kayak and it's colder weather, I will actually tie this onto my PFD since I can't get it around my dry suit or wetsuit or gloves and such. So that's my setup. I'm hoping some of you guys can start shooting some content. And yes, I would like to put this face and myself as far back from the screen as possible and kind of emulate what me and my brother used to see when we were young looking at surfing magazines, which is the wave. We really didn't care about the guy in the wave. We just wanted to be there. So I'm hoping you guys can use some of these tips to shoot some great content. All right, everybody, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.
Be sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel and leave your comments down below. You can also follow me on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, and I'm also a member of the East Coast Waveski Association.